A ugly psychopath boy kills women and boils their bodies in order to abstract the scent of their bodies, to make the world's best perfume. Will he be able to make the perfume or not? Stay tuned to know the full video. The movie opens in a grim detention facility where a prisoner, shackled and restrained, awaits his fate. Soldiers arrive, forcibly open the inmate's cell door, and drag him out onto a balcony to face a jeering crowd below. The spectators, shouting with rage, denounce him as a murderer and a monster. The jailer demands that a guard proclaim the prisoner's sentence. The guard announces the court's decree: the prisoner will be hanged in 2 days. The crowd's excitement reaches a fever pitch as they anticipate the brutal punishment. The identity of the condemned man remains a mystery. The story rewinds several years to reveal his origins. We are transported to the Paris fish market, notorious for its overpowering stench. Here, a fishmonger disposes of a dead child, a grim task she has performed before. This time, however, she mistakenly throws her live child into the stream, believing him to be dead. The child, Jean, cries out amidst the putrid smell of decaying fish. Bystanders, horrified, curse the mother for her neglect. Jean, abandoned by his mother, is marked by two notable traits: an extraordinary sense of smell and a sinister curse. Those who forsake him meet untimely deaths. His mother, who cast him aside, is sentenced to death for her actions. Jean is sent to the orphanage run by Madame Gaillard, a woman who exploits children for monetary gain. At the orphanage, Jean is shunned and threatened by the other children. To protect him, Goulot intervenes, resorting to violence against the other orphans. Despite the harsh environment, Jean remains mute for 5 years, relying on his acute sense of smell to understand his surroundings. When the orphanage becomes overcrowded, Gaillard sells Jean to a collector of animal skins when he turns 13. Shortly after Jean's departure, thieves murder Gaillard and loot her property. Jean's new master subjects him to grueling labor and takes him to the city. In the city, Jean is introduced to a world of new and intriguing scents. Among the hustle and bustle, he is drawn to a perfume shop where he observes a shopkeeper holding a renowned fragrance. Simultaneously, he is captivated by the scent of a fruit-selling girl. Enchanted, Jean tries to approach her. She offers him fruit, but his eagerness frightens her. She flees, and Jean, using his extraordinary sense of smell, tracks her down. He hides behind her, and sensing his presence, the girl screams in terror. To prevent attracting attention, Jean covers her mouth. Once the crowd disperses, Jean removes his hand, and the girl is found dead. He is puzzled and disturbed by the vanishing scent. Next, we meet Baldini, a once great perfumer of Paris, whose reputation has declined with the influx of new talent. He now resorts to imitating others. That evening, Jean visits Baldini's shop to deliver goatskins and is struck by the variety of perfumes. Detecting Baldini's personal scent, Jean claims he can create a perfume as exquisite. Baldini mocks him, but allows Jean a chance to prove his talent. Jean creates several perfumes, and Baldini is amazed by their complex and captivating aromas. These perfumes gain fame, leaving Baldini astounded. Impressed, Baldini agrees to mentor Jean. He teaches him the art of perfume making, explaining that every perfume consists of 12 distinct scents divided into 3 sets of 4. Baldini reveals that no one could replicate a 13th scent should one be created. Jean, deeply moved, insists on learning the process. Baldini describes a method involving the infusion of 10,000 flowers into a bottle using a machine he designed before coming to Paris. One day, Baldini finds Jean weeping, and Jean accuses him of deceit, claiming the method is outdated and ineffective. Unable to capture the essence of iron and glass, Jean collapses after Baldini's incident. Worried about losing his fame, Baldini is distressed by Jean's illness. Jean requests alternative methods, and Baldini advises him to extract perfume from animal fat. He sends Jean to Grasse with 1,000 formulas in exchange. After some time, Baldini dies when his house collapses. In Grasse, Jean experiences freedom for the first time. He chooses the mountainous path to reach the city, discovering a cave where he takes refuge. After many days, he dreams of the fruit seller girl and awakens confused, realizing he cannot detect his own scent. While showering in the rain, he confirms his lack of personal odor. The next morning, Jean heads to Grasse and encounters a stunning girl disembarking from a carriage. Recognizing her perfume as similar to the fruit seller's, he follows her to the palace of Rickus, the world's wealthiest man. Laura, the beautiful girl, is Rickus's daughter, renowned for her beauty. Jean secures a position at the palace, working closely with a lady and learning advanced methods for extracting perfume from animal fat. He first tries the method on a deceased female co-worker, boiling her body with animal fat but achieving no success. In the second attempt, he uses a streetwalker, applying animal fat to a cloth. After killing her, Jean shaves her head, wraps her body in the cloth, and successfully extracts perfume. He tests it on a streetwalker's pet dog before preparing a set of 13 bottles, each representing a murder. At Laura's birthday party, amidst festivities, Jean seizes the opportunity to attack her, but she survives. The disappearance of twin girls at the party leads to their bodies being found floating in the water beneath a bridge. The string of murders instills fear throughout the city, prompting people to lock their doors to protect their daughters. Jean prepares 12 sets of bottles and combines them into one large bottle. To complete his perfect perfume, he needs one final murder, Laura's. Observing the pattern of the murders, Rickus realizes that the victims were young and unmarked by seduction, indicating a specific motive. The townspeople turn to the church for help, and the priest agrees to assist. A man reports having been confronted by the murderer, bringing temporary relief to the citizens. Rickus, skeptical of the news, decides to leave Grasse with Laura for safety. Jean, sensing Laura's departure, follows her. Meanwhile, a streetwalker's dog discovers hair and clothing in Jean's room, prompting Drute, a co-worker, to become suspicious. In the hotel where Rickus and Laura are spending the night, Rickus keeps the key to Laura's room. Jean steals the key and enters Laura's room, where Rickus later finds her dead body and is devastated. Jean creates the 13th bottle, mixing it into his final bottle, achieving his goal. He is subsequently arrested by the police. The story returns to the present, where Jean's execution is scheduled for 2 days later. People gather to witness his end from a distance. As he is led out of prison, Jean seizes the moment to open the lid of his perfume bottle. Approaching the executioner, who emerges from the carriage dressed as a prince, Jean sprinkles perfume on a handkerchief. The crowd experiences a divine sensation, calling him an angel. Jean perceives himself as humanity's savior, throwing his handkerchief into the crowd. The perfume's effects cause everyone to engage in indiscriminate acts of love, regardless of age, wealth, or race. Jean feels a profound connection and nostalgia for the fruit seller girl. Believing that by loving her in this way, he will make her his own, he is overcome with sadness and weeps. Rickus arrives with a sword, intent on killing Jean. The perfume's magic, however, renders him uncontrollable, and he begs for forgiveness. Realizing his mistake, Jean leaves the city. As the perfume's effects eventually wear off, the citizens return to normalcy. Jean returns to his birthplace, the fish market. He pours the remaining perfume from his bottle over himself, captivating everyone in the area with its powerful scent. Thus, Jean's life comes to a tragic end. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the explanation, hit the subscribe button and don't forget to like.